Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, and still I rise with love of country in my heart and a belief that the Constitution ought to be honored. And today I rise some 34 days since the Mueller report has been made public. 34 days since we have concluded that impeachable offenses have been committed. 34 days, and yet the president still commits actions that are deemed obstructive. 34 days, which means that for 34 days now, the president is clearly above the law as it relates to the Mueller report. Longer than that, but as it relates to the Mueller report and it's being released, 34 days. But there's good news. A good many members are now considering joining the impeachment effort, and I salute them. I am more than honored to say that you can never be too late when it comes to being on the right side of history and the right side of justice. So I salute them, and I believe that others will come on board as well. I believe they are doing this because they believe that no one is above the law. I think they're doing this because they believe that you have to put principle above politics. They're doing this because I think they love their country and they refuse to allow this condition to continue without the constitutional remedy of impeachment being given its proper place in history as it relates to this president. And as they do this, I just want to remind us that there is something that is indelible in my mind. I will never forget this image. A baby. This is a baby crying. I won't forget this image. For this alone, we should consider impeachment, separating babies from their parents without a means of reuniting them. For this alone, we should consider impeachment. But there's much more to add. The whole notion that there are S-hole countries in Africa, that there are very fine people among those who were in Charlottesville where a person lost her life. The whole notion that the chief executive officer of the United States of America, the president, would stand before law enforcement personnel and say, you don't have to be nice when you're bringing people into your care, custody, and control. And last night, to go to a rally, this is the president of the United States at a rally with people behind him saying, lock her up, or some equivalent. This is not some outlaw, renegade country. This is the United States of America. Do we want the president of this country to go before the public and have throngs of people shouting, lock her up? This is a great country. I love my country. And for this reason, I want to assure my friends that I'm going to thank all who are coming on board. And the question is not now who's going to be the first to come on board. The question really is this: who will be the last to come on board? Who will be the last person to say, I believe that no person is above the law? Who will be the last to say, I'm going to do what I believe the Constitution requires when we have a person who has demonstrated that he is a lawless, ruthless, reckless person who happens to have control of the executive branch of government? It is my belief that sometimes you stand alone. And it's better to stand alone than not stand at all. But I also understand that sometimes when you stand alone, it's just a matter of time before others will stand with you. I compliment all who are standing with us today, who have been here from the genesis of this. And I want to say one final thing, Madam Speaker. This is not about whether you're a Republican or a Democrat. I compliment the Republican who had the courage to step forward, the courage, the intestinal fortitude to take the stand for righteousness. Believe me, you won't be the last. There will be others. It's just a matter of time. I yield back the balance of my time.
Members are reminded to